Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the 4 to 5. I'm Lauren Coleman here with Stacey Spivey and Eric Tilton.
Yeah, welcome to everyone watching the 4 to 5 right here on News 2, also Fire Stick, Roku, and the News 2 app for your TV, phone, or tablet.
Yeah, if you're tuning in from Facebook, make sure you say something to us. We talked to you during the commercial break, so let us know you're here and your opinion on some of the stories we have.
Well, now let's get to our top story, the rise in gun violence across the U.S.
Today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and its meaning is more important now than ever. On the heels of two mass shootings, one in Buffalo, New York, followed by another in Uvalde, Texas, Americans are frustrated, shaken, and tired.
Very much so. Last night, in a rare evening address to the nation, President Joe Biden called on Congress to act on gun control.
After Columbine, after Sandy Hook, after Charleston, after Orlando, after Las Vegas, after Parkland, nothing has been done.
Here in Greensboro, community members are expressing similar feelings as homicide numbers continue to climb.
Last night, Guilford County Board of Commissioners discussed gun violence, calling it a public health crisis. They say our area averages about 217 gun deaths a year, plus weapons arrests are on the rise.
Sitting in that classroom looking at 7- and 8-year-olds practicing for a potential tragedy that we hope never comes, I couldn't help but reflect on what my responsibility is to these children and to our community.
Moving forward, Chair Commissioner Skip Alston says law enforcement will share information and statistics on gun violence twice a year with the board. I think that is a great idea. I think that these conversations need to be had, right? And I think just doing something makes me feel a little bit better. So the fact that they are doing something.
I'm glad we're having these conversations. And like we've talked about in the past, I think it starts with the youth and making sure we get to them first, maybe creating programs for more mentorship, more activities and access to resources where kids can get involved, be productive, and get off the streets. Because I think if we grab people while they're young, we can help, protect them from going down that wrong path, because some people are just too far gone at this point.
That's true.
But I think if we invest more into programs like that, that can help to stop this cycle of violence and, just hate.
It was sobering for me when my youngest son, his elementary school graduation was Wednesday, and as I was walking past, I looked and there was a police officer standing by the front door. I was thinking to myself, maybe it's just the officer that normally comes to the school. My wife said, no, there is no SRO here. This is in response to everything that's happened. So it kind of made me sad but happy, and you know what I mean? At the same time, like I was sad that it had to be there, but I was also happy that she was there. Just on the off chance.
It would be nice to see more community policing too, not just, having an SRO in a school or coming, to increase security, but just having people that are there to create those relationships with the community, with the youth, and letting them know that it's okay to come to me if something's going on. I really think that forming those bonds can help, maybe not stop everybody from committing a crime, but it can help, one person,
Deter
two
it,
people.
yeah.
It can help those things, but you really have to invest into that and see it through, because it's not going to happen overnight, but just see these programs through.
I know that there are conversations too about having year-round school. So there's not this summer break where kids are just out doing whatever they want. I think that may be a conversation also that needs to be had here. Could that help? Because kids won't be out, or teens won't be out on the streets during the summertime. They'll be in school year round. I know kids probably don't like the idea of that,
right now.
but it's true that our crime goes up in summertime.
I think there's so many layers to it. It's education, it's poverty, it's jobs.
It's outreach.
It's so much.
Everything.
There is no one answer, but I do think if we can start to address those root problems over time, we will start to see that decline.
Yep, that's what we're waiting for too. We just need to start chipping away. If we could just see some glimmers of hope that the numbers are going in the right way, that's what we're waiting on.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup with some of your other headlines. Right now, a Lexington man is in jail after police say he shot a child last Tuesday. Officers say Marvin Daniels III fired shots into a car at the Walmart on Lowe's Boulevard. They say he shot and hit and injured a child sitting inside. Daniels faces several charges, including assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Investigators say the child has minor injuries and is expected to be okay. New at 4, we are working to learn more about an attempted home invasion that ended with 2 people getting shot. While responding to a call today, Asheboro police discovered 2 men with gunshot injuries near a home on Tracy Street. Early investigation shows the men tried to rob the home and were shot multiple times by someone inside. Both of the men were taken to a nearby hospital. Police say one of them has serious injuries.
Developing now, some businesses are back up and running after a water main break in Greensboro. It happened around 6 this morning in the Forest Oaks area near Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Crews are still working to fix that issue. Part of MLK Drive through Patton Avenue to the interstate is blocked off. The city also says the repairs will impact GTA bus service in that area. Full water service is expected to be restored by tomorrow morning at 8. And just go ahead and take a look at your screen. When's the last time you've seen the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk? Resurfacing projects are well underway right now, and as you can see, things are looking good. The new decking from the Skywheel to 9th Avenue North is nearly complete. Crews are also replacing some of the handrails. The colorful composite material replaces the original southern yellow pine installed when the boardwalk was new back in 2010. And I think it'd be a great weekend to head to the beach.
Yeah, especially the second half. You know, you talk about the first half of the beach, and we're going to show you why in a minute. We think we're going to see some showers. It's loosely associated with what we're seeing now, but also another system, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let's start out with what we have across the region. Some scattered showers really from the heart of the Triad South, most of it going through Lexington, Davidson County, and then down toward Charlotte. It gets a little bit rougher when you head down toward the Charlotte area. You can see this is right around Rock Hill, and they're seeing that severe thunderstorm warning. Also Lancaster, South Carolina, and you can see that's Chester and York County for that neck of the woods. Will that reach us? The odds are no, but we can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm, but it would be in the southern tip of our viewing area. More likely, say around Sanford and over to Troy, Star, and Biscoe would see some of that. But we'll watch. I think the majority of that heavier weather will stay to our south. Look at the coast, though. You see the showers developing that, and also the chance of a tropical system, could be our first named system of the year. That also will help with coastal showers for Saturday, but not for Sunday. We'll explain why in a minute. Forecast for us tonight, 58 degrees. That is a cooler overnight low. Here's the best news. Boy, tomorrow morning, that'll be a cool, crisp morning. Lower humidity, 58 degrees. That's nice. It is a beautiful weekend for the Triad. Low 80s, partly sunny, less humid, winds light to 5 to 10, and they'll be coming in out of the northeast. All right, let's talk about the coast as we show you that beach forecast. Notice the rain, 60%. That's for Myrtle and Wrightsville and up to Emerald Isle. That's for Saturday. Sunday, it's more of a 20% for Myrtle Beach and Wrightsville Beach and a 40% for Emerald Isle. Highs on Sunday go up to 81, and we've got some upper 70s for the southern coastal regions and mid 70s back up there. Why the rain on Saturday and not on Sunday? It is this system. All eyes are looking toward what could be Alex. We're taking a look at the tropics now. This could be our first named season of our named storm of the year, rather. You can see all of this around Cuba to Florida. By the way, South Florida to Central Florida, that is going to be a lot of rain for those folks. Multiple inches of rain, because this system, even though it's not really a hurricane, it's just a lot of rain, and it's not moving at a quick rate of speed either. We'll give you more of an up-close look here. You can see it's about 150 miles to the north-northeast of Cozumel, but moving only at 5 miles per hour. Winds aren't the concern, it's that movement and the chance of heavier rains in South Florida as it works its way to the north and to the east. And speaking of that, look at these showers. And you can see that a little bit of rotation, although a lot of this is really just pushing back up to the north. But from Miami all the way up to Tampa Bay area, they're going to see heavier rain. Now, this is a potential tropical storm number 1, and we're waiting for this official word. But for now, this is what the path looks like by Saturday. Notice that here's Saturday morning and then Saturday evening, and is still taking its time to go across Florida. So if you have relatives down that way, the flooding will be on Saturday. And then by Sunday, this moves to the north and then pushes on to the east. That's why Saturday we have rain along our coast, but not on Sunday. Things look better for that. We'll have our complete forecast for you coming up in just a minute.
Well, this is actually a live look at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina right now. Nobody out there on the beach, not a person in sight. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty calm out there. The waves not too high. And it looks like we have a little bit of an overcast as well.
Yeah, but you can see from that flag that's in the middle of the screen, it looks like the winds are definitely strong out there. And we'll be right back after this break.
Hey, don't be surprised if you see something a little unusual tonight in LeBauer Park, probably really unusual. We're talking circus performers. It's all part of the Artist in Residence program at LeBauer Park. I spoke with Rob Overman with the Downtown Greensboro Parks about what we can expect and how this program is developing. Rob, I love this because it's just so different. You know, when we think of LeBauer, you'll think of little festivals and maybe some bands, but tell me about what we'll experience this Friday.
Well, this is the second year of our Artist in Residence program, and this year we're partnering with an organization called the Activate Entertainment Project, and they are a local group of circus performers, and so they're going to bring the circus here to LeBauer Park and really try and kind of tap into that nostalgia, that wonderment and that awe as children when we went to the circus, and replicate that here in the park using the physical space as inspiration.
It's funny because you say like local circus performers, I would have never thought that was a thing. And so this for you, this is your second year. What do you think this will develop into, or what do you want?
Our goal for our Artist in Residence program is to continue it for the foreseeable future. We're already making plans for our next installment, and every year we reach out to the local community, we take submissions for artists, and it's just amazing how many creative people are in our community. So for us, this is an opportunity for us to highlight their artistic ability and also support them as well. Now more than ever, local artists need our support, and that's part of the mission at LeBauer Park, is really giving back to our community.
And I think it's cool too that you and I were talking before this, that art is a wide spectrum. Mm-hmm. So when you say an artist in residency, that could be anything.
Yep,
right?
the crazier the better for us. we really like to push the envelope down here and really leave no stone unturned. And what kind of programs and activations we're curating for our community. Our goal is really to surprise people year after year after year. And with all the creatives in our community, our job is not too hard.
Plus, we've been through so much the last couple of years, everybody wants to get out and get in spaces. So now you know where you make your plans for it. This is a really cool program.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about this, and I was just speaking with Stacy and Lauren about this, but it's a combo. So it's circus performance, it's dance, it's theater, it's live music, and they do all that out in the park.
And they're using the environment for their artwork. I definitely think this is something that will attract people to downtown. I mean, people are always downtown out and about, but if I saw something like this, I'd be like, let me see what's going on over here.
It's tonight too, so it's at 5, 6, and 7. You can get out there and check out their different performances. And I think the residency goes on for several weeks, so you can see this on several nights. Just keep posted with Downtown Greensboro.
And I think it's just great exposure for some of our local artists, both the theater, our dancers and musicians, and then also there's a lot of people who have artwork down at the park, so it kind of sheds a spotlight on all our artists in the area.
Just go to LeBauer, right around the splash pad too. Mm-hmm. That's where they'll be located. But I didn't know we had. He said local circus performers. I didn't know we had such a thing.
I mean, there are some unique talents out there. I think definitely seeing that contortionist just is going to grab a lot of people's attention. I mean, that's why I made a noise at the beginning, is because, I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Can any of you?
No, I cannot. I mean, I can
barely
try to do something now.
Nice.
I'm not going to try to fall.
This is as far as it's going to go on this dress.
I can barely pick up a pencil off the floor, much less do whatever they're doing. Pathetic.
I mean, look at that. The strength that it takes to be on, first off, just to be on one wrist like that.
And having the mental too, to just be like focused,
and
to stay
to
balanced.
Hold that stance. It's like yoga,
I'm just amazed that there's so many different things. You got the circus acts, you got music,
He said
downtown is going to be popping tonight.
He said there's somebody, just real quick before we go to our next thing, that does hand walking. So they're like walking around the park nonstop on their hands.
Wow.
Great
It must
balance.
be some former gymnast or something.
Yes.
Well, becoming a great artist takes time and dedication. In today's U-Day moment, Coach Lamont explains why time shouldn't be wasted.
Now imagine if you had a bank account that deposited $86,400 each morning. The account carries over no balance from day to day, allows you to keep no cash balance, and every evening cancels out anything that is unused. Now, how would you spend this money? This bank account does exist, however. It's called time. Each day we are all given 86,400 seconds. Every night it writes off as loss whatever time you fail to use wisely, carrying over no unused balance to the next day. We waste time by having no direction with our time. I have always believed that we cannot manage time. Time is going to happen regardless, but we can learn to manage ourselves within the confines of time. So going forward, how will you spend your time? I hope wisely. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best you day. I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, as this front moves by and we see that cooler, drier air move in, tomorrow morning is going to be a little bit of a shock to the system for us. We've seen overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s at times over the last week, and now we're going to see overnight lows tonight in the upper 50s. Cool, crisp morning for your Saturday to start things out. That'll be nice for coffee on the back porch if you can do that. 73 degrees right now in Greensboro, 74 in Winston-Salem, High Point 77, Asheboro, Reedsville 75. Look back to the west, you can see that cooler air getting closer, right? 69 in Galax, 72 Wilkesboro. All these temperatures a little bit cooler than expected as we watch that front move through. Showers right now anywhere from Winston over to Greensboro, back down through Lexington and southwest to Charlotte. The thunderstorm activity remains down south of the Charlotte area. You can see that there. That's in Union County, so Monroe area. They're seeing the heavier thunderstorms. Also Rock Hill and Lancaster down that way. So let's go back out to a wider shot, and you see our coastal sections. They're seeing, we had a tornado warning up around the Outer Banks a little bit earlier, so a mess down there, but it will clear out eventually. As this front moves by, we see much better weather. What a great weekend. Saturday, Sunday, 58 to 60 for the overnight lows, highs around 82. It's perfect. Mid 80s on Monday, mainly dry. Now that isolated storm chance, that 30 to 40%, that's normal for us in the late day period. Pop-up shower or storm, so think about a summer forecast there. 87 on Tuesday, up to 88, getting a little warm there. Wednesday, Thursday, 86 on Friday. Our normal high this time of the year is 82.
It is Pride Month, and the countdown until a citywide celebration is on. The Greensboro Pride Festival is returning after a 2-year COVID cancellation. The event is about 3 months away, but organizers say they're ready to celebrate. This year will be the festival's 15th anniversary. Greensboro's Pride Festival started as Triad Pride with about 400 attendees. Since then, the festival has increased to about 15 to 20,000 people attending. Vendor registration is still open for this year's event, and you can apply at greensboropride.org.
To better understand Pride Month and celebrate the people it represents, it's important to know what the letters in LGBTQ+ stand for. While you may be familiar with the first 4 letters, the Q, meaning queer, has evolved over time. Chair of Alternative Resources of the Triad, Brian Coleman, says queer is an umbrella term that could now mean many things.
Queer could mean that means that they're bisexual in nature, or they identify heavier to one side of the spectrum than the other, or maybe they're in that center part, or maybe they're the ace group, the asexual group.
Queer could encompass none, some, or all of the letters. That's why it is important to know when it is appropriate to use the term.
We need also to remember that that word is used as an identifier and should probably only be used when you hear someone identify to themselves as such.
Many groups and organizations also say the term queer is most commonly used to include the entire LGBTQ+ community. Most of all, it's important to be respectful to everyone and celebrate them with pride. We'll be right back.
The Wizard of Oz will be back in movie theaters this Sunday and Monday in celebration of what would have been Judy Garland's 100th birthday. The special showing will also feature an exclusive deleted musical number. This got us thinking about what movies we'd like to see back on the big screen, so I asked you on Facebook. Anthony says Home Alone 1 and 2. Buntney picks Titanic. For Chris, it's the original Halloween. Maggie says Saturday Night Fever. Ken says Giant. Elizabeth adds the original Ghostbusters. Melita would choose Still Magnolias. Andrea says Gone with the Wind or The Sound of Music. And Matthew is in luck because he chose Wizard of Oz. I told him about it and he was like, I had no idea. So I know he's excited to go see that.
It's the number, the deleted musical number that I want to see. Like,
exactly. I want to see what that's all about.
I wonder if they put it back in the movie or did they play that separately? I don't know. It's interesting.
Ooh, that's a good question.
See, what did you guys choose?
Gosh. Because all those they named, I would love to see on the big screen
The Sound
again.
of Music would be so good.
Yes. You know, maybe I would see Titanic again because the cinematography is so good in that. I don't know if I can handle it again.
It's
Such a
It
heavy
is
movie.
very sad.
movie.
She could have fit, or he could have fit on that board with her. Let's be honest, okay?
That's right.
Right?
I agree. That's an ongoing debate. I'll never forget when I walked out of that movie, I was stunned. I remember I walked out, because this is so long ago, I was on a date, and I walked out and we both just looked at each other like, okay, well, let's go get something to eat. Like, it was just like you've been beaten up. You know?
Right? Yeah.
I bet you guys held on each other a little tighter than
Start playing a flute.
Lauren, what about you?
I would actually pick 101 Dalmatians, the cartoon, but I'll tell you why.
The cartoon?
I'll tell you why, because I watched Cruella on Disney Plus with the new one, and I watched it like 3 times in a row.
It's so good.
It's so good that it made me want to go back and see the original,
Interesting.
the cartoon, so it would be nice to see it on a big screen, surround sound. That would be nice to do.
Oh, now the original Halloween, the guy that said, I would see that again. That's one of my all-time favorite horror movies.
Aren't they creating the last one, or it just came out?
just
There was like
did.
a 5th one or
They've
something.
done so many of those things.
They
Like
have the
Jamie Lee
original.
Curtis
Yeah,
or
they have the
something?
original.
Yes,
people in
Jamie Lee
it.
Curtis. Yep. That's I would like to see that again on the big screen, because that was real quick. One time I went to see Friday the 13th, 28, whatever. And I don't know which number it was. I was in college, and they stopped the movie at the beginning. It went choo 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 and stopped, and we all looked around, and some guy got up in the front row with a no chain on it chainsaw. The theater planned it, and he ran up the aisle.
Oh
and people
my!
jumped.
I know myself because I'm very dramatic. I would have been jumping
People
over
were
people.
Oh, I
over
believe you
people.
would have been.
I would have
Oh
been
my
fighting my way to the exit.
And then he got to the back and said, "Happy Halloween," and
that
everybody
could go
applauded.
wrong very
Well,
left, because
nowadays
what
you
if
can't-
somebody?
Yeah.
No, you definitely
can't
could not
do that
that.
now, but back then, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, there probably would have been a panic attack, heart
Offensive
attack.
climb people. We'll be right back. Take a break.
Lauren.
Something good, yeah.
Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm Lauren Coleman here with Stacey
What's
Smiley
their
and
names?
Forget my
Eric
name.
Chilton.
Happy Friday, right?
That's what it is. It's
Yeah,
Friday fever.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Well, thanks guys for watching the 4 to 5 here on News 2, Fire Stick, Roku, and the News 2 app.
Yeah, if you're tuning in from Facebook, make sure you give us a shout out in the comments there. Let us know what you're thinking about. Comment on some of our stories. We'll chat with you during the breaks.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into our 4 to 5 roundup with some of your other headlines today.
This may be the low point for the summer in what could become certainly a very expensive summer to fill your tank.
Record high gas prices are turning into major speed bumps for Americans who plan to travel this summer. Demand for oil is outpacing supply, and the war in Ukraine means millions of barrels a day of Russian oil stay off the market. Usually the increased need peaks in midsummer, but that's right when hurricane season ramps up. If a serious hurricane disrupts refining, that could prolong how long it will take to see a reprieve in prices. COVID vaccines for more than 20 million of the youngest Americans could come any day now. Pfizer has submitted its application for emergency use authorization for its vaccine for children 6 months to 4 years old. Preliminary data shows it is more than 80% effective in preventing symptomatic infection with no serious side effects.
New research shows more children are going to the hospital after taking the sleep supplement melatonin. The CDC says there's a 530% increase in pediatric melatonin ingestions reported to poison control over the last decade. The largest spike happened during the pandemic. Melatonin is not regulated by the FDA, meaning the agency does not have oversight on the ingredients. Some researchers have found the ingredients may not line up with what's listed on the bottle. Tomorrow, the Greensboro Fire Department is hosting an event called Smoke Alarm Saturday. Trucks will drive through neighborhoods and replace your smoke detectors for free. If you need them to stop by your house, visit WFMYnews2.com and look under the Who Wants to Know section.
The Greensboro Science Center is spreading its wings again, and this time we are talking butterflies. There's a brand new exhibit that opened today and takes you and your family into the world of the butterfly. The Cole Family Monarch Conservation Center and Butterfly House is absolutely beautiful and amazing. You can walk through and see the butterflies up close, complete with hands-on activities and an educational spin as well. The Science Center has a conservation angle to the exhibit as they are working on growing and preserving the butterfly population. If you need more information, go to greensboroscience.org.
As people are facing record high gas prices, inflation, and rent increases, many are having to make tough decisions about their pets. But Guilford County Animal Services is working to keep pets with their owners.
It's sad, so we're trying to do everything we can to provide them with the resources that they need to maybe keep their pets.
Lisa Lee is the Assistant Director of Animal Services. She says this is part of the reason why they just created this Mobile Pet Assistance Center, or what they're calling MPAC. Today was their first day, and they'll be traveling across Guilford County every week through October. The MPAC provides microchip vouchers, free rabies vaccines, dog and cat food, leashes and harnesses, and new beds.
We realize that not everybody can make it to our regular pet pantry, which is on Huffine Mill Road. And plus, with the price of gas right now, we'd rather bring our services to the community than having the community come try to find us.
Lee says this morning there was a line 30 minutes before the event even started. She says this shows just how much the community loves their pets and how badly that they want to take care of them. So if you're curious where they'll be next, Lee says to follow them on Instagram or Facebook for weekly updates of where MPAC will be set up. And we do have links to both of those on our website. And Lee also wants all pet owners to know that they're here to help. And if you need anything, please give them a call. She said they're seeing a lot of surrenders right now because people are having to leave their homes or being evacuated, or not evacuated. Evicted. I couldn't think of the right word. Thank you. And they're having to make those decisions. Okay, I need to go live with someone else. I can't bring my pet. Well, she said that they can give you crates. If you need a crate to keep the pet in at this new house or whatever they need to do, they're going to do it. And they have this mobile unit to make that happen.
And owning a pet is really expensive when you think food, you think lodging, if you go on a vacation, getting them up to date with their shots and all of that. And I looked it up and it said the average pet owner spends about $85 on food alone. So if you think about the rising gas prices, if you're spending about $50 on a tank every week or something, them offering this free food, it really helps you kind of with your budget, so you won't have to give up your pet if you're cutting back, on your food, because they're, fulfilling you because your gas prices are going up. They really are helping with some of these services.
Well, the doctor's appointment, the vet appointments are really expensive too if you keep up with that. And what What you don't want to see, and they don't want to see this either, is people that are not taking their pets when they're to their checkups and that type of thing,
Because they
getting
can't afford
medicine,
it.
and then things get worse later on. The animals end up suffering. So, and I hate the idea of people giving up their pets. That is heartbreaking.
I know. And that's what they want to prevent from happening. I did get some numbers of how today's event went. They gave out over 700 pounds of food.
Wow, goodness.
Yeah. So, and we have all the information about where they're going to be next week on our website.
Very good. All right, let's talk about our forecast. We get into that. A beautiful weekend, really good weather coming up for us as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Now we got to get through this, right? A couple of showers, not a big deal. Our neighbors to the south are dealing with more of this in the Charlotte area. I do think when you get to southern, maybe from Asheboro south to Troy, a little bit, and further south, so the southern tip of our viewing area, really. So Randolph County, Montgomery County, a better chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm there than everywhere else. Right now, we do have some rain. It's kind of light and scattered across the area, but it is in a line from the northeast down to the southwest. So from Salisbury up 85 past Lexington into High Point and Greensboro, that's where we're seeing some light rain. It is moving on to the east, and again, most of the severe weather activity, and you can see some of these severe thunderstorm warnings, those little yellow boxes there. That's to the south of Charlotte. Coastal sections look a little bit better now, but earlier they had heavier thunderstorms there. They're still getting a lot of rain, but they had a tornado warning too up near the Outer Banks. Not the case now. Things are starting to calm down a little bit as we lose the heating of the day. So cold front will move through. Here's the best two words for the forecast: lower humidity. That'll be really throughout the entire weekend. And we stay in the low 80s for Saturday, Sunday. It is a beautiful stretch of days for central North Carolina. Now this system, which we think will become the first named system of the year and be called Alex, Tropical Storm Alex, still waiting on that. That will bring some rain to the coast on Saturday, but Sunday ends up being just a beautiful day. Let's get to that 7-day forecast, long range outlook for you. Lower humidity, dry, beautiful Saturday and Sunday. That's 82 for the high. And by the way, that sounds low because we've been hot for so long, but that's our normal high this time of the year. Sunny skies, partly cloudy, we'll say, Saturday and Sunday. Monday, sunshine and 85. We'll warm it up to the upper 80s and stay there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All those rain chances there, that 30 to 40% chance. Those are isolated, late day pop-up showers or storms. No big deal.
Okay, I'm walking through the newsroom, and I was going to help you with the whole ease on down the road. Don't carry nothing that might be a load, right? Do you not remember that if you were in the whiz? Nice. Well, you got to be in The Wiz, which was a cool musical. You said it. All right, check it out. I was making it rain for my bonus daughter's graduation. The money machine spits out the money so fast that I had to put it all in slow motion for you guys to see. I mean, you could put money in a card, right? It's a lot less messy, but not as much fun, friends.
That's fantastic.
I love that.
The money machine. I mean, how else do you give money?
Usually in a card.
Yeah, always. Or in that little envelope you get from the bank, you know, that little thing that that thing.
Have you never like put it in a piñata or made it into like origami or any of that kind of stuff?
No.
That sounds cool though. I would love it if my family did that for me.
Okay, all right. All right, how to give is one thing, right? But how much is another thing. So how do you figure that out?
Man, that's tough.
I think it depends on your relationship with the person. So if it was like a close family member, you're obviously going to want to do like maybe 50, 100. But if it's just an acquaintance, you might give them 20, 25. I think it just really depends on that bond.
I think that the numbers you gave pretty much match up with what we do.
And I feel like it also kind of depends on, is it their high school graduation? Is it their college graduation? Because I think there is a difference there.
Should they get more money for college than for high school?
I think for a high school graduation, because you got to think about moving into the dorm room, different things like that. I remember getting tons of money when I graduated from high school, and then college, it was one of those, congratulations.
Exactly.
You got to make your own money now.
That's right. Make your own money.
All right, well, I talked to a culture and etiquette expert about it, and she says you need to factor in these two things first when you figure out how much money to give. First and foremost, your budget. Really, you shouldn't give what you can't give. You should not break the bank so that you can give somebody some cash, right? Let's pull down that bottom little line there if we can so we can see the next one. Yep, the second one is relationship. Just like Lauren said, what kind of relationship do you have with this grad?
Is this someone in your immediate family? Is this someone you've been very close to growing up? Or is this someone who's more of a casual acquaintance, maybe someone in the neighborhood? Is this someone who's maybe a far-flung friend? So the relationship makes a difference. You don't always just pop out and say, I'm going to buy someone a $100 gift. That's just the average of what they polled when they polled a lot of people who were buying graduation gifts. So there's a difference between an average and what you should spend based on your budget and your relationship with the graduate.
All right, so budget and relationship, friends. The National Federation said folks responded that they were giving everything from $10 to $300, depending on what the relationship is.
300, that is.
Yeah, I think 100 is going to do it.
Yeah, that is nice too. I think this all goes to for weddings as well. I think a lot of times I struggle with, okay, what do I need to get somebody for their wedding gift, or what kind of price range? And I really think it comes down to how close are you to this person?
Yeah. Agreed. All right. So, folks, we've got some spotlights that we can be talking about. These kids are going to get some cash, maybe.
That's right. If someone special in your life is graduating this season, we want to show them some love.
Shout out your senior by texting their name and their school and the school they're graduating from to 336-379-5775. You can also include a picture of the grad, just no professional pictures, please.
And check out these pictures we've already gotten in. Congratulations, graduates. Best of luck from us here at WFMY News 2. We'll be right back.
All right, not that we really need a reason to eat donuts, but today is National Donut Day, in case you didn't know. So I asked you on Facebook, tell me your favorite kind of donut. We weren't necessarily talking about a brand, just the type of donut there. Rick says he went the brand route anyway. Krispy Kreme, warm glazed, but he says they don't make crullers, so he said Dunkin' or Tim Hortons. I hadn't heard the Timmy Ho very much. That's a northern chain for crullers. I said his favorite there. Susan says Brits glazed donuts at Carolina Beach. I've heard a lot about that. Virginia says, got specific, granulated sugar on top of a raspberry jelly donut. Ron says plain old Krispy Kreme. Kathy says powdered sugar and cinnamon. I will tell you, looking down the list, chocolate iced cream filled was #1 of everybody that posted.
Chocolate ice cream filled?
No, chocolate iced.
Oh,
so
okay.
like on the top, but then filled with cream.
donut.
And most people were specific and said not Bavarian cream. Just I don't know what the difference is, but that's not one of my favorites, so that's
Mine
not,
neither.
that was
Yeah,
#1.
me neither.
I like the plain glazed
Do you?
donut, like that one there. Love a plain glazed donut, especially the ones from Krispy Kreme that just kind of melt in your mouth. But when I do want to get a little, fancy, I do like the pumpkin spice donuts, the seasonal ones that come out. Those are really good.
Have you had the maple bacon ones before?
I have tried one, sampled it. It was a
didn't
little
like it?
too much for me. Like, I think those things taste good after a couple bites. I'm like, this is just too
Yeah,
rich.
it's too much, yeah.
So that's why I like the simple plain glazed
They need
ones.
to do like donut holes with that. And
Yeah.
then I would eat a couple.
Yeah.
I agree. People make fun of me because one of my favorites, it's not my top, but I like cake donuts. I like the plain cake donuts.
I also say the blueberry cake.
Oh, from
Those are
Dunkin'
so
Donuts
good.
does have a good blueberry cake.
I love those, but my all-time favorite, I talked about my favorite donut place in my hometown,
Oh, yeah.
that we had the donuts from there at my wedding. They make this thing called a cinnamon twist, and it kind of reminds me of like a cinnamon roll, but it's a donut version of it.
That sounds delicious.
Is it shaped like a donut or is
No,
it?
it's like a twist.
Oh, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, I seriously, when I go home, I eat those like every day.
When are you gonna go visit your parents again? You can bring some back.
That's
for
right. You need to
for
get
us
some.
to
Get 'em
try,
to
because that sounds amazing.
ship
One
us
time
some.
my mom tried to ship me some.
They didn't make it.
They weren't that good.
Oh.
So
They got
it's like,
jostled a little
yeah,
bit
you gotta
along the
eat them
way.
like day of.
I do like cinnamon sugar donuts though. Those are good.
Ooh, yeah.
I actually kind of like the gas station glazed donuts too that come in the little pack.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You
like
can't
the
go
powdered
wrong with
donuts.
those.
All right, people,
I haven't met a donut I didn't like.
if we're going that route, there used to be a cake little pie thing that you could buy at a convenience store. It was like H&H pies or something.
Yeah.
With a blueberry. I love those things, and my mom said those are just chemicals, but best chemicals I ever ate, that's for sure. Let's take a look at our forecast and see what we're talking about today. Hey, we've got some decent weather coming in for the weekend, and when I say decent, I mean good stuff from a temperature standpoint more than anything else. Here's our 7-day, because this isn't working right now, so I will just talk through this forecast. We do have a couple of showers, by the way, out there, so just know that those showers are lasting for a little bit, and that will be moving through. I really think within the next 2 or 3 hours, most of that rain will start to diminish a little bit. And we'll see that shower activity start to taper off maybe by the 8 to 9 o'clock. After that, we're going to be in great shape with clearing conditions. Look at these temperatures, though. 58 on Saturday morning. So why do we care about that? Low humidity, lots of sunshine. It is beautiful for Saturday. High of 82, even though that sounds cool, doesn't it? Because we've been so hot for so long, but we're looking at 82 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. It is a gorgeous weekend. Monday, 20% chance of a shower. Don't hold your breath on that one. We're up to 85. And when we get to that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time period, we're topping out at 87 degrees. Overnight lows get a little bit warm then as we see a better chance of scattered late day showers and storms, kind of the pop-up variety. So that's a 30 to 40% chance. That's fairly normal as we see that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday again at 88. It's a little above normal temperature-wise. And by Friday, we've got a 20% chance of a shower. Look for that high temperature at 86 degrees. That is not a bad long-range forecast, with the warmest days only 6 degrees above our normal of 82. And we'll keep you posted on any type of scattered showers or thunderstorm activity as we head back into the weekend, and we go into the evening, I should say.
Before we head out, 4 to 5 fam, we want to leave you with some feel-good vibes. WFMY News 2's Megan Malaris reflects on your most joyous moments this week.
Diane's son purchased his first house. She is a proud mama. Walter had a heart procedure. It went well and he feels much better. Gia celebrated her 60th birthday. Sandra and her family got together to celebrate her son-in-law's birthday and job promotion. Cindy's oldest grandson gets married Saturday. Congratulations, Nick and Haley. Glenda got cataract surgery out of the way. Marilyn got to visit her first great-grandson Sunday. Brenda and her brother closed on the sale of their parents' house. It's bittersweet, but they're thankful for the memories they'll cherish forever. And Laura is thrilled to hear our colleague Julie Luck's cancer is in remission, and she's coming back to WFMY News 2 soon.
We're discussing our narrow closing background check loopholes, mental health, and safety.
Yeah, that's nice. Hi, it is Friday. Friday.
Hello, mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Text me. Mic check 1 2 1 2 3 4.
Hi, it's time for my 2 cents. Today, I want to talk about something that probably a lot of you, if you haven't already planned it, you're getting ready to. Family vacations. Very important. I saw an article recently because I thought about how the memories I had from family vacations growing up and how cool it was. ParentCircle.com did an article recently. There was a study in the UK that said that half of the people, it was 49%, so almost half of the people said that memories of their family vacations are some of the best memories in their lives. Now, so when I looked at this, they kind of took it from a science standpoint. Never thought about it being scientific, but it is. Apparently, the family vacations can actually aid in brain development. I had never thought about this, but child therapists say that when you explore something in person, especially as a child, when their brain is still developing, that it actually does something, they called it fertilizing the brain, but you're more into it because you're doing it in person, and it literally makes kids smarter. I didn't even think about that. Creating bonds between family members, obviously that's a very big deal and is prevalent of all family vacations. Families these days are just too busy to sit down and talk. For our family, the dinner table is about as close as we get, and even that really doesn't cut it. So when you're on these vacations, you have a lot of time to actually talk to each other. And then this was my favorite. They said with family vacations, they actually create memories that can heal you later in life.
So imagine that those memories are so good that later in life, when things are bad, people will recall those family vacation memories, makes them smile, soothes the savage beast, cools you down, and makes you more centered and happy. So when you're planning your family vacation this year, just remember, it's more than just a vacation. It's something that can give back to you for the rest of your life. That's just my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.